Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Wednesday Word. I am your host of the Wednesday Word. My name is David Bradley, Senior Sales and Marketing Manager with Cardone. First-timers on the Wednesday Word or first-timers to the Cardone Solutions podcast, allow me to take just a moment and say thank you for being here and welcome. On Wednesdays, we do the Wednesday Word. And what happens on the Wednesday Word is I'm going to crack open the dictionary and I'm going to find a word that is a success word or a success-themed word. We're going to break it down. We're going to look at the definition of that word. We're going to look at the etymology of that word. And I'm going to give you some action ideas so you can take this word and then plug it into your sales and your business and your life and use it to get results. And listen, the first lesson I ever learned from Grant Cardone back in 2003 is that selling is a conversation and power comes from the words that you use. And so how important is it for us to really have a handle on what these words mean, where they came from, and how we're thinking with them, right? So if you can change your think, everything that's ever happened in your life started with a thought. So how you think about things, how you approach things, how you look at words, so important. And we probably take it for granted every single day. So this week's word is going to be a powerful word. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, let's get into it. This week's word is champion. Yeah, champion. It's a noun. Are you one? Do you have one? A champion, that is. Okay. A noun means it's a person, it's a place, or a thing. And so in that context, champion is a person. So who would be some good examples? Aside from you, of course, because you are a champion. And you better be in your own right mind. You better be in your own mind. You best be a champion in your own mind. You should be your own champion. You should be your own hero, right? Okay. So, but who else? Who else can we think of? Michael Jordan. Easy, low-hanging fruit example. Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace. Another fantastic example of a champion. Wayne Gretzky, Muhammad Ali, he's got a great quote on being a champion in training. Tiger Woods, champion. Neil Armstrong, champion. Who is coming to your mind? Okay. So, definition. When you crack open Webster, what does Webster tell us? Or when you Google the word, what do you get? The definition, if I can pronounce it, of a champion. A person who has defeated or surpassed all rivals in a competition, especially in sports. A person who fights or argues for a cause or on behalf of someone else. A knight who fought in single combat on behalf of the monarch. But what about this definition? This one is really good. If you don't have your seatbelt on, it might be a good time to put your seatbelt on. Brace for impact on this one, okay? Champions are people with a poorly developed sense of fear and no concept of the odds against them. They are a bit unrealistic in how they see life, as they don't reason with reality. They make the impossible happen and never considered it impossible. So there's your champion quote of the day from who? Uncle G, Grant Cardone. I'm going to do it again because this is valuable. This is really, like, if you need a litmus test for where you fall in the champion category. Champions are people with a poorly developed sense of fear and no concept of the odds against them. They are a bit unrealistic in how they see life, as they don't reason with reality. They make the impossible happen and never considered it impossible. Now, who can you think of? Amelia Earhart, Rosa Parks, Helen Keller, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Elon, Jeff Bezos, maybe? These are all people with a very poor developed sense of fear and zero concept of the odds against him. They were all very unrealistic And they don't reason with reality. Steve Jobs, they made the impossible happen because they didn't consider it impossible. Got it? So let's look at the etymology. Champion. Where'd that word come from? Okay. The word emerges in the English language in the early 13th century, meaning doughty, which is brave and persistent, a fighting man, a valorous or valorous combatant, okay? One who fights on behalf of another or others, which is, as I'm mentioning in the early definition, about someone who fights for the monarch, right? One who like in jousting, right? One who undertakes to defend a cause. And that's some of these roots of this word is a French term, champion, right? Meaning combatant, a champion in single combat, one-on-one, okay? And then in the 12th century, when we get into Latin, campio is the root word, gladiator or fighter, or combatant in the field. And the Latin word campus literally means field of combat, okay? So in a sports sense, in terms of like a first place performer, that really didn't pop up until like the 1700s, okay? So the history of this word is literally about fighting, but for what? So here's your action idea. So you can take this word champion and think about, how does this apply to me? How are you a champion? So I'm going to give you 4 questions and I would like you to spend, because I'm going to. So if I'm going to do it, you're going to do it. We're going to do this together. I'm going to spend 7 days, the next 7 days, working through these 4 questions. I'm going to go over them every single day, first thing in the morning, as part of my writing down my goals, my dreams. Okay? I want you to spend the next 7 days working through these 4 questions. Number 1, what are you a champion of? Meaning, what are you fighting for? 2, who or what are you fighting on behalf of? Who's your monarch? To what cause will you be brave and persistent? Remember in the initial etymology, doughty, brave and persistent, fighting man. To what cause will you be brave and persistent? And then the number 4, where is your campus? Where is your field of combat? And what is your ability in that arena? And if you're not 100% confident and certain about your ability to be a champion in that field, on that campus, this is the bonus question. What are you going to do about it? What you going to do about it? So for the next 7 days, just work through those 4+1 questions. Get your head on about it. Get your head right about it. Use it in the morning. Use it as a way to start your day. Use it as a way to motivate your activities and your actions, and then maybe even just keep those with you all the time. So when you start slipping, you start losing your why, you can come back to, what are you a champion of? Who are you a champion for? Right? That should help you make one more phone call, talk to one more customer, send one more email. Go the extra mile. Look, there's nobody on it. And if you're the champion, what do champions do? They go the extra mile. And just to wrap all this up and put a nice little ribbon on it, right? Maybe a cherry on top, whatever you prefer. Okay, present or Sunday. I'm good either way. Okay. What do you need to do to get rid of your sense of fear? What do you need to do to get rid of this concept of odds against you? How do you just get rid of them? Okay. Can you maybe shift into a little bit less realistic thinking? Maybe stop reasoning with your perception of reality. Okay. What can you do? What can you do over the next 7 days as you go through these 4 questions +1 to make the impossible happen? Because you've stopped. You've given yourself permission to stop seeing things as impossible. Okay? So, I hope this helped. It's helping me. Okay? If it's getting something, if you are getting something out of it, if it's benefiting you, please make sure that you share this. Okay? Somebody else needs to hear this message. Who'd you just think of? Could be anybody. Maybe you don't even know. So that means what? Just put it out in cyberspace. Just tweet it. Just drop it on Facebook. Just throw it over on LinkedIn. Wherever it is that you like to do your social media. Make sure the message gets out so you're sharing it with somebody else and somebody else can get something out of it. If you haven't subscribed, please do that for me so you don't miss a single episode. This has been another episode of the Wednesday Word. My name again is David Bradley, your host of the Wednesday Word and the Cardone Solutions Podcast. Thank you so much for being here. And be great. Be a champion, because nothing else pays. See you soon.